From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Fairbanks police are continuing to investigate a fatal shooting that occurred early on Sunday morning.
Now, according to officials, 23-year-old John Kvorlik Jr. was killed in a parking lot near the Rock and Rodeo bar after a fight that escalated inside the club. Both men were kicked out of the bar by security. Now, City Police spokeswoman Amber Courtney said yesterday that law enforcement is seeking the male who fought with him inside the bar shortly before the murder. The man is described as a black male, 5'8" to 5'11", with a stocky build and short hair. Police believe 3 other black men were present at the parking lot when another fight broke out. One of those men fired multiple shots, killing Kvorlik. Courtney says police are seeking witnesses who may be able to identify the shooter or man who fought with the victim.
During the fight, his shoe was knocked off, but he was able later to retrieve that. So we are looking for him because we believe that one of the males that he was with was the shooter in the parking lot that caused the death of Mr. Kvorlik. This is a real tragedy for our community. Mr. Kvorlik was very young, and it just again points to the fact that alcohol and guns do not mix. We're also seeking any video surveillance from the area or anybody that may have something on their phone that they have not yet shared with the police. We'd appreciate anybody contacting the police department and Detective Elena Malloy.
If you have any information regarding the events that led up to the shooting or the identity of the men involved, you can phone Fairbanks Police at 450-6500.
A 23-year-old University of Alaska Fairbanks student, Frank Link Jr., has been indicted by a grand jury on 2 counts of sexual assault. According to court documents, Link raped another student on the UAF campus earlier this month. Formal charges were filed against Link after the alleged victim came forward to university police. Witnesses told investigators that the victim was drunk and had, quote, blacked out. Link told authorities that the sex was consensual, but later recanted that statement, saying he took advantage of the woman.
Alaska Governor Bill Walker line item vetoed much of the House Bill 72 today. That's the unfunded budget bill the legislature transmitted on May 1st. The state is facing the potential of a partial government shutdown July 1st. The legislature has been meeting sporadically in Juneau and announced today that it will convene future floor sessions in Anchorage. At a press conference today, Walker said he is gravely concerned about the effects the legislative impasse is having on the state. House Democrats blocked the use of state savings to fund an operating budget passed by both the House and Senate. Layoff notices may be going out to upwards of 15,000 state employees in early June to satisfy notice requirements. Walker says services essential to public safety will be funded, but other state services could go dormant unless a fund or operating budget is produced by the legislature.
You know, the 15,000 is the worst case scenario that we get to, July 1, and we don't have a budget. It's unprecedented for Alaska. Other states have been through this, and we don't want to join that rank. And the irony of it is that other states that have done this, they couldn't go out and borrow the money. We have the money. We just can't get sufficient votes or the budget to match so that they can access the funds that are there. Here we are with a AAA bond rating, and we're talking this scenario of a potential shutdown.
All right, when we come back, 3 local wood cutting businesses have been recognized for their efforts at selling moisture-free wood and helping to keep air quality levels low.
Also, with the temperatures expected to rise and humidities drop, the fire danger will be explosive this week and into the holiday weekend. These stories and more when we return. And welcome back. Delta Wood and Properties, Wayne the Woodcutter, and Wood Brothers Firewood were among 3 interior wood-selling businesses recognized by Alaska DEC Commissioner Lawrence Hartig today. All 3 businesses are active participants in the Moisture Disclosure Program, which is designed to encourage communication between wood sellers and buyers on the importance of burning dry wood. It's part of the DEC's BurnWise program, designed to help educate local wood burners on the Fairbanks North Star Borough's PM 2.5 air quality problem. New dry wood burning regulations will take effect on October 1st here in the borough. Michael Clemens of Wood Brothers Firewood was recognized as an official dry wood seller. His company owns a wood drying kiln that he hopes will flash dry 60 cords of wood in a 2-week period.
The facility that we're producing right now is going to try to accommodate the volume that is going to be needed. We're going to flash dry wood, and we're going to use our waste product. So we appreciate your support, and we appreciate this program, and we want to do everything we can to support it.
High fire danger persists as hot and dry weather conditions hold steady in the interior. The Fairbanks Division of Forestry responded to several fires over the weekend as a result of debris burns that escaped from homeowners. Saturday evening, firefighters responded to a blaze caused by sparks from a grinder igniting bales of hay. Fire crews currently have it contained. That same evening, crews fought a human-caused fire about 500 acres in size, burning on both sides of the Steese Highway. The highway is open, but crews are still working to control the flames. Alaska Division of Forestry Information Officer Tim Mallory says to be careful and use common sense because current conditions make the interior vulnerable to wildfire.
We've had a couple fires, grass fires in Fairbanks started by lawnmowers, grass getting up in the exhaust system and then catching fire and then catching the grass on fire. Like I said, sparks from a grinder in Delta, and that's all an indication that things are really dry.
For the first time ever in Fairbanks history, a well-known brewing company will be exporting their beer in cans. Hoodoo Brewing Company announced their canned Kolsch beer product to interior beer fans over the weekend. Ryan Grimes got to go behind the scenes to see the canning process and has the details.
Hoodoo Brewery Company is the first business in Fairbanks to can its own alcoholic beverage. Its first product is the Kolsch beer, which was announced on the last day of American Craft Beer Week.
I can't believe we actually are going to be selling cans of beer. It's just incredible.
Yeah, they're tall boys, 16-ounce cans, and they have what's called a 360 lid. So when you open the can, the entire top comes off, and you basically have a nice cup of beer.
The design features a depiction of 1916-era Fairbanks near the bottom.
Real nice, Paul, real nice.
Well, I mean, canning adds a whole nother level of technicality to the whole thing, and it's definitely a pretty labor-intensive process, as you've kind of seen through it. But, the equipment that they have, I mean, this canning line it's pretty impressive what you can do when you get a crew of people and you get rolling.
Following the announcement, Hoodoo fans and customers forked $14 for one 4-pack, with some paying for boxes worth of the product.
Because I freaked out and shrieked with glee. These are the cans. They're gorgeous, and they've got the logo. They've got their beer van.
Best can ever.
It's true. When you pop the lid off, your nose, you get the full nose of the beer. You can stick your nose in the beer if you want.
And I don't have to take a huge growler or keg or anything. Now I can just take a couple of these because I would never drink more than maybe one at a party or something.
And so for now, we're just selling beer at the brewery, and if we can can enough, then we'll start selling it outside. Just to actually say we're doing it is awesome, and I'm just excited to be out on the river or at the lake or out in the woods and crack open a beer that is a Hoodoo beer. It's exciting.
This is Ron Grimes reporting from Hoodoo Brewery.
Now that is a
Beer.
place where I want to have samples.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our samples at? That's pretty cool.
Right on. Joe Cook is up next with a weekend recap in sports.
He also has another edition of the I-5 Interior Top 5 plays after the break.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your weekend recap in the local sports. The new Robertson Cup champions were crowned on Saturday, and the Cup will stay in the Midwest Division. The Minnesota Wilderness defeated the Austin Bruins 4-0 on Saturday to win their first ever Robertson Cup title. It was an epic run. Minnesota won Game 1 on Friday night 2-1 in 4 overtimes. That game started at 7:05 p.m. on Friday and ended at 12:34 Saturday. A total of 5 hours, 29 minutes. There was 133 minutes and 3 seconds of playing time. It's the longest game in NAHL history. They also won 10 straight playoff games to win this year's title. The Fairbanks Ice Dogs also swept the Bruins to claim last year's Robertson Cup title. The Ice Dogs lost 3-0 to the Wilderness in the Midwest Division Finals last month. After the last regular season track and field meet this weekend, the usual suspects won their respective events. Lathrop boys won the finale with 247 points. Jarrett Welch won the high jump, long jump, and 110 hurdles. He was second in the triple jump. West Valley was second with 203 points, headlined by Charles Suttoff's wins in the 100 and 200 meters. The boys 4x1 and 4x2 team for West Valley also came in first. The Wolfpack girls won with 232 points, and Lathrop was second with 201. Jasmine Jones, she won the girls 100-meter hurdles for the pack, and Zadie Bell Sanchez won the girls 400 for Lathrop. For the full meet results, visit the sports page on Webster11.com. The Region 6 championships are this Friday at West Valley. Lathrop and West Valley may have solidified themselves as the top teams in the Rail Belt Conference for softball. This past weekend, Palmer visited the interior to take on both local Rail Belt teams. Lathrop rolled to a 12-0 victory over the Moose on Friday night. And then Saturday afternoon, West Valley picked up where Lathrop left off. They had an 11-run scoring spurt in the first inning. West Valley's Autumn and Cheyenne Hendry had some sister power. The pair combined for 5 hits, 6 runs, and 5 RBIs. Starting pitcher Celeste Jensen went 2 for 3 with 2 ribbies as well. Jensen pitched 2 innings with none earned with 3 strikeouts. Kyra Lum finished off with 1 earned and 4 Ks. West Valley won 17-3 over the Moose. Also in softball over the weekend, the Delta Junction Huskies got the win over the visiting Allison Ravens 12-5. The Huskies will be hosting a tournament which starts Thursday. They'll host Cordova, Houston, Hutchinson, North Pole, and Valdez. In baseball over the weekend, the Allison Ravens and Delta Junction Huskies split a doubleheader. The Huskies took game 1 12-10, but the Ravens, they won the second game of the doubleheader 14-3, which was a non-conference game. Those same teams will play again this Thursday as Allison will host Delta at Newby Field. In the only Saturday soccer game, Hutchinson, one senior, he had a high-scoring performance. Senior striker Spencer Johnson scored 5 goals for the Hutchinson Hawks in their 7-2 win over Allison. Johnson has 15 of the Hawks' 22 goals this season. He had a hat trick in the first half of this one. The Hawks are 2-7 overall. Allison, they dropped to 0-8. Hutchinson will have their season finale on Thursday against Lathrop. Also on Saturday, the UAF Police Department was the site for the Special Olympics Torch Run. The event marks the end of a number of Special Olympic competitions in Tanana Valley, including basketball, swimming, track and field, and powerlifting. John Hansen won this year's 5K race, finishing in 19 minutes, 10.2 seconds. Nikki Porter was victorious in the women's division, coming in first in 21 minutes, 4 seconds. The run is a part of a national effort to raise both funds and awareness for those with intellectual disabilities. Over $7,000 was raised over the weekend. Proceeds will also help send Interior Special Olympians to the state games in Anchorage. And we wrap up the weekend recap with this week's edition of the I-5 Interior Top 5 Plays. This one's for the ladies.
At number 5, check out the concentration from West Valley softball outfielder Cheyenne Hendry. She holds on to the fly ball for an out in West Valley's 17-3 win over Palmer on Saturday. Number 4 in the countdown, North Pole catcher Allison Ramos gathers and throws out a runner trying to steal second. Paige Shimura with the tag as North Pole shuts out Hutchinson 9-0 on Wednesday. Number 3, the third meeting between the Lathrop and North Pole girls soccer teams ends in another 2-2 tie on Monday thanks to a Zadie Bell Sanchez equalizer in the final 10 minutes for Lathrop. At number 2, West Valley's Livy Shellican scores what would be the game winner in a 2-0 victory over Lathrop on Friday night. The victory clinches the 8th MAC title in 10 years for the Wolfpack girls soccer team. At number 1, Soraya Lejeune, the freshman, number 9 batter for Lathrop, hits a walk-off double in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs to send the Malamutes to a 7-6 come-from-behind win over rival West Valley in overtime on Wednesday night. To vote for the play of the week, click on your favorite play on the I-5 poll on webcenter11.com. You can also comment on the KTVF Facebook and YouTube post and at KTVF11 Sports on Twitter for your vote. The play of the week will be revealed this Friday.
The I-5 Sports Report is brought to you by Adient Orthopedic Physical Therapy.
And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into our Monday night edition of the Fbx Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather, and what a weekend it was for all the outdoor activities. There's a great heart walk. Like you saw from Joe, there was a great nice turnout for the torch run and also aviation day. So lots of things going on, and the weather was very cooperative. Although Saturday was a little breezy at times, but things really turned out nice for yesterday's activities. So really, really good. And it's going to get warmer. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. Photograph night sent in by Travis Herning. Another beautiful sunrise in the Fairbanks area. You can see just cresting the hill there. Nice colors. Once again, if you have a photograph, please be sure and send it to photos@ktvf11.com. Your numbers look like this: 75. Currently, that's our high for the day. The low last night was 45. The record high 77. Not too far away from the record 1977. We could eclipse that still this evening. The record low was 24 in 2013. Sunrise and sunset over 19 hours of daylight. A gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. On the satellite and radar, nothing going on across the interior. As you can see, high pressure really dominating the overall picture there. The only cloudiness out to the west along the southwest part of the state. Few scattered showers here and there, but again, no organized systems and nothing expected. Just more hot temperatures moving in by Wednesday, in possibly to the lower 80-degree category. 72 degrees at Juneau, but cloudy at Ketchikan, 56. Showers around the Kodiak area, not too bad in Anchorage, a low 58 degrees. Showers in Cold Bay up and down the west coast, not too bad. 40 degrees at Nome, and warming up over Barrow, 36 degrees there. Cloudy skies, 77 at Fort Yukon, warmer than us right now. How about that? Lower 48 weather looks like this, and again, we're talking about warming up over the southwest, 90 degrees at Phoenix. Thunderstorms rumbling across parts of Texas once again. The Minneapolis area, a little chilly, 48 degrees for their reading there. Elsewhere across the deep south, 87 degrees, muggy showers in the New Orleans area, also 88 at Miami, and 92 degrees in Washington, D.C. How about that? Here's what's going on in the satellite and radar. You can see some of those thunderstorms rumbling across the deep south. Also the ones developing in the afternoon across parts of Texas. More activity moving across the Intermountain region. As you can see, a lot of activity around the Salt Lake area. And as far as what's going to be happening, well, you can see there's a lot of heavy rain falling across the eastern slopes of the Rockies, bringing Denver with quite a bit of flash flooding potential, poor visibility, and travel delays. So if you're looking for folks to be coming in from Denver, they could be delayed. And as far as the overall outlook for later on this week, more severe weather breaking out across the Central Plains once again. Widespread rainfall out to the west. Some spotty thunderstorms over the deep south, but nice weather over the eastern half of the country. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow in the northern sections. Rain showers are expected in Barrow, a chance of rain for Nome, I should say, and then mostly sunny skies at Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, really nice. Sunny skies and warm over the region, but not as warm as it was today. We still got red flag warnings until 10 o'clock tomorrow for all the areas for low humidities and some winds, so keep that in mind. Tomorrow, the southeastern sections will be mainly mostly sunny for Juneau, isolated showers in Ketchikan, while over the southwest part of the state, we'll be looking at rain in Cold Bay and Bethel, and periods of rain expected at Kodiak. And down around the Anchorage Bowl, not too bad. Partly cloudy skies at Anchorage and Homer, and sunny skies in Valdez. And real quickly, want to pass along that there is a road closure. Dalton Highway is closed from milepost 394 to 403 because of major flooding. Water as deep as 2 feet is running over the road, and the road may be open later on this week, but it's all because of the warm temperatures and the melting snows. Okay, here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. Very mild, continued clear skies, 47 for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast, not quite as warm as it was today, and still clear skies though in the forecast. And the 5-day looking really warm, 80-degree temperatures on Thursday and Friday. Maybe continuing the weekend, but right now they're being a little bit cooler they're looking at right now, but again, no precipitation in the forecast, and overnight lows of 50 degrees, so things are really warm, especially for you folks that are thinking about planting vegetables.
I'm thinking about playing softball in that weather. That's exciting.
It's a little too hot for me, I got to admit. You know, even today, mid-70s, and in your car, it's roasting in there.
I love it.
Yeah, the air conditioning been going on for a while in my car.
Time to get the kayaks out, time to get the softball bats out, get the kids outside, plant some garden stuff.
Grilling. That's what I say.
It's pretty cool.
Get
no
out
humidity,
there.
so I'm fine. Just
Yeah.
nothing.
Very good.
Really nice.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. Okay, that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us, but before we leave you tonight,
Drum roll, please. KTVF and Bailey's Furniture are teaming up for a Spring Dream giveaway where you can win a furniture package from Bailey's valued at $2,500.
Now this week's mystery word is bunk. What could possibly go with bunk?
That's
Visit Bailey's Furniture for more information and your chance to win.
Rhyming, right? Dunk.
Bong. No.
Dunk. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
We're not rhyming.
No.
Oh, we're not?
We're
We're putting it
connecting
together.
word. Right.
So clear. Joe doesn't know.
Okay. Tonight on NBC Nightly News, Amtrak reopens Northeast Corridor after the deadly derailment. That is up next with Lester Holt.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.
Bunk.
Bunk.